Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
NASA Administrator Bob Cabana is leaving after 38 years. Rumor has it he's been pushed out for making repeated comments about Uranus. Today is the Great American Smokeout, but school taught me that quitters never win. So, mixed signals. IKEA is recalling mirrors that fall off the wall and shatter. I hope IKEA uses this as an opportunity for reflection.
Prospector ruins everything, even the news. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Where most Christmas music's terrible. But I think I found the worst Christmas song ever. And it's kind of, in its own way, amazing. It's a real Christmas song, and it went viral on TikTok this year. It's from 1975, and it's by Linda Bennett, and it's called An Old-Fashioned Christmas, Daddy's Home, in parentheses. And it's quite the roller coaster of emotions for the holidays. I mean, it's so bad, it's hysterical. But I'm going to break it into 3 parts so that you can get the full emotional impact of this song. Here is part 1, and listen for the switch at the end.
'Cause the bus takes each night is always right on time. It's gonna be a very Merry Christmas.
We're sorry to interrupt this program, but a bulletin has just been handed me. There's been a serious accident involving the number 5 bus out of New Haven. The only information we have is that the bus skidded on a patch of ice and slammed into a tree. Stay tuned to this station for further details.
I mean, such a 1970s thing there to interrupt a song and change the tone and make it sound so official and stuff. Although I'm not sure the clown horn sounds beep, beep, beep are the best way to interrupt a song if you're running a radio station. Plus, I'm also not sure a bus crash warrants interrupting a song. But, what do I know? But that's like such the thing in the 70s. Let's go. We're going to make it faux serious and really tug at your heartstrings. And it gets better from there.
Mommy, isn't that the bus Daddy rides each night?
Put your mind at ease, my children. Everything's alright. It's gonna be a very Merry Christmas.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been handed the latest report involving bus number 5 out of New Haven. And from all indications, we're sorry to report that there were no survivors.
All right, so it's getting worse. There's no doubt about that. I don't know why, but this reminds me of that Cheese Fest, Run, Joey, Run. Remember that song? Daddy, please don't. It wasn't his fault. That whole insert tragedy into a song for like an emotional blackmail thing. So, of course, now we got to see how it turned out.
Oh my God, this just can't happen. What am I to do? What have I got left in life to look forward to?
Who will walk me down the aisle on my wedding day? Who is gonna buy me toys and take me out to play? Daddy! Daddy!
Merry Christmas, everybody. I know it's late, and I missed my bus. Well, don't just stand there. Help me with these presents.
It's gonna be a real old-fashioned Christmas for my children, their daddy, and me.
Oh, my God.
Merry Christmas, Daddy.
I'm just so glad it worked out. What an emotional roller coaster that was. The kids going through all the selfish things. Who's going to walk me down the aisle? Who's going to buy me presents? Yeah, don't worry if Daddy's dead. Just worry if you're getting your Christmas gifts. But the thing that bugs me to no end there is, why does Daddy ring the doorbell to his own house? What's that all about? Come on, man, that's never going to happen. And so instead of adding the doorbell sound effect and then the door opening, you just get rid of the doorbell sound effect and have the sound effect of the door opening and the kids go, Daddy's home. That'd be more believable in the song. The trite, horribly manipulative, emotional roller coaster Christmas song we've been listening to. Now, I hope you never, ever hear that Christmas song again. But if you want to torture yourself or someone else, I've posted a link to a YouTube version of it on my Facebook, facebook.com/Angry Prospector. Click it at your own risk.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
A 17-year-old girl in Iowa named Lauren Schrader started a huge garden on her parents' farm last year, just so she could donate everything she grew. It started as half an acre, and she's doubled it to a full acre this year. She's donated over 7,000 pounds of produce in the last 2 years. She's hoping to hit 20,000 pounds before she heads off to college in 2025.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
The movie Tommy Boy with It's the End of the World as We Know It on Rock 107. Good morning. Happy Thirsty Thursday. I'm Rock 107's Prospector, and it is time for a This or That on Thirsty Thursday. With Thanksgiving coming up, I need to know the answer. Mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes? Gun to your head, you got to pick one. Don't give me neither. Don't give me both or any variation thereof. Don't try to game the system. This or that. Is it mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes? That's what I want to know. Russ says mashed. Facebook.com/angryprospector. Mashed, absolutely, no question, with anything or nothing mixed in. That day-glow orange stuff can be tossed and never seen again. Chris says, I'm trying to imagine the situation where the gun is stuck to my head and somebody's making me choose potatoes, but mashed. Hey, you never know what criminals are going to do, Chris. This or that. Mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes? Chris and Scranton on the Rock Lines. Which do you say?
Hey, it's got to be mashed potatoes with gravy, though.
Mashed potatoes? Well, you can have gravy, butter, whatever you want, but mashed potatoes is how you're doing it, huh?
That's how I'm doing it.
She's after my own heart there. I'm all about the mashed potatoes. TA says, upon hours of deep reflection and meditation, I'm going to opt for sweet potatoes. And Gerard says, for Thanksgiving, I'll go with sweet as I have mashed all year long. On to the Rock Lines. The question that's burning, the this or that. Mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes? What do you say, Rock 107?
I just got up here from Virginia. I think we spoke once. Now, listen, you're not going to like this, but I'm going to say both on the potatoes. But hear me out.
I'm going to hear you out, but I'm going to tell you I'm not accepting your answer under any circumstances.
No, listen, it's sweet potato pie and mashed potatoes on the plate. You got me?
So you're giving me a technicality here, but you're still not playing the game, this or that.
No, I am playing the game. You're the technicality.
You're not playing the game. This is my game and my rules. I'm telling you, you're not playing.
Dude, love the show.
Oh, thank you, and I love how I'm the technicality. I'm going to count that as a vote for mashed because he says mashed potatoes on the plate. Brian says sweet potatoes. White mashed potatoes are an everyday thing. Sweet potatoes are for special occasions. That's a this or that on a Thirsty Thursday.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab the kids, call your neighbors, and gather round the radio.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Jam Bag of the Day, as decided by you at rock107.com.
We uncover the most baffling, ridiculous, pathetic, cockeyed, laughable, preposterous blunders in the world of misdeeds. Nominee number 1.
Authorities in Tennessee are getting some practice in the event that Santa gets high on meth on Christmas Eve. There's a small town in northern Tennessee called Tazewell, and they had a Christmas parade last Saturday. It featured Santa's train, which was apparently a motorized lawnmower pulling carts of children. But witnesses noticed that Santa's train was driving erratically. They called the police. The driver, a 40-year-old named Henry Mead, was unsteady on his feet and he failed a field sobriety test. Police found a syringe, meth, and several other drugs on Henry's person. He was taken into custody and charged with DUI, possession of methamphetamine, and other drug charges. No children were hurt, although it was probably a buzzkill to have a parade ruined by some meth head. The mayor says it's not the town's fault. They didn't hire Henry, and the vendors are all independent contractors.
Nominee number 2.
Some people don't like to go to weddings of people they know. This woman enjoys going to weddings of people she doesn't know, so she can rob them. A 57-year-old woman named Sandra Henson just pleaded guilty to larceny, trespassing, and disturbing the peace after crashing a video in September and stealing from the people inside. But this is not her first rodeo. She's been walking into strangers' wedding receptions for at least 6 years in at least 3 states, Alabama, Tennessee, and Mississippi, and stealing from the bride, groom, and their guests. She digs through purses while guests are distracted. During memorable moments, she also snatches presents off gift tables and is made off with tens of thousands of dollars in cash, credit cards, and gifts.
And the winner is...
the guy who was arrested with meth on his person while driving children on Santa's train. You are the Yam Bag of the Day, and we'll move on to Friday's Yam Bag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Week, Friday morning on Rock 107. Thanks for listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app, a free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.